Hey yo, PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. In this video, we want to talk about Bitcoin. Obviously, this disclaimer that says the content of this channel is for educational purpose only and does not constitute financial advice. Keep that in mind. Once again, no financial advice. Now let's jump into this as you guys take a look at this trend. And there's no trend, no more trend line right now, guys. I decided to just go take another, another point of view to the market and another strategy. But if you guys feel uncomfortable, sure, we could just start with this and then we go with the new one. So I did a record. Unfortunately, the record did not upload it, and I was like talking very good, very nice about some good stuff. Hopefully, I remember all of them that I said. Obviously, I have them on the paper, so I would remember them. Okay, so first of all, as you could see here, yesterday we did hit this 28.1, which we said we have to sweep it. We have to go above it to, get that parabolic move to the upside. That did not happen. First, we tried a little bit above it. I'm sorry, a little bit below it, and then we touched it, and then we get the huge rejection happened here. And right here, there was this huge sell liquidity that, essentially happened here, and then it pushed it back all the way down to the 27.3. Now, at 27.3, as we are right now, give me a second. And we get came down here. Now right down here, as we can see, we do have this this is the lower low from this low, right? And then after that we made a lower high. Essentially this got the structure got here reversed to the downside, but then essentially we hold it here. And this one, as you guys could see, if I zoom in, this is a 1 hour chart, by the way. Keep in mind, you could just go on to the 5 minutes and it will confirm. This is a lower high, I'm sorry, the higher low than this one. Did I just say higher high, higher low? Whatever I said, this is a higher, this is a lower low, this is a higher low. And obviously, like I said, this higher low got, invalidated by this one, but this is still a higher low from this area, which indicates that we will go upside. Now, one thing to remember here, this sell was very fast and it just kept going without any retracement. So obviously we will retrace it back here. And right now, where we stopped at the middle of this big momentum candle right here. So this big momentum candle stopping at the middle of it, it's not a good sign. We do have to break the middle of it to the upside. If that happens, then there's more, more to this pump. If that doesn't happen and we just come back down, then we definitely gonna see more downside and probably hit that 26.9, and even this is the 26.9, by the way, and even go lower than this 25.3, 25.1, you name it. But I would say that right now Bitcoin is trying to form a new trend line, which is this trend line. So we could essentially come all the way down here, and this will be again the midline of this momentum candle. Now I'll talk about this midline a little bit more on the other new chart, but keep in mind right now we are trying to go higher after this very fast dump. And today we do have some news. If you take a look at it, where is it? And today is Friday, so we should be around here. Yeah, and the news, where is it? Oh, there it is. So here's the news. We're still waiting for it, and probably in another 1 hour and 20 minutes. And when it comes out, we'll make the pre-market a little bit volatile, and then after that, the market itself probably. Now let's take a look at the liquidity. Obviously, like I said, these are for probably 3 hours ago. That was when I recorded, and then I noticed it then got uploaded. As we could see, we cleared this area, but there's a lot around here to be cleared out. And I think if we touch this 28.7 today, let me just come to 28.7. There's 1 billion there. And if we essentially decide to come to 28.9, at 28.9, we have 656 million. So not as much as that. There's 400 million to the upside that, is more than the downside. As we could see that Bitcoin is trying to go to the upside. Essentially right here, as we could see right now, there are some big clusters. There are some black clusters here for Binance too. All these, if I just take down 25 and 10x's, we could see like to the upside, which is 28.6. There's 355 million to the downside, which is 26.8. There's 330 million. That was 28.6, 26.8. Holy mamma mia. I'm trying to be fast, but I'm essentially making it worse. Anyway, so I think we're going to go to the upside still. If we lose that 26.9, like I said, guys, then I'll be super bearish, and maybe that's the plan. Just go to that 26.9, make all the longers bearish, and then pick it back up. And that would be a nasty plan if that happens. Now, let's take a look at this. As we are discussing it, we could see that there are some liquidity left around 28.1. A lot of liquidity from 28.1 because we touched it yesterday, moved to 28.5 or around 28.4, 28, around there. And this is a 12 hours. If I show you guys a monthly, maybe we see a bitter uh, situation here if it lows. And this is on Binance. Keep that in mind. Yep, there you go. We could see that there's a lot. 77 million at 28.7. Like I said, they moved their, the order, the upside, and BTC been essentially liquidating a lot of shorters and right now and longers essentially. So like just we should just come back to it right now and talk about this chart. I've talked about it enough. I think we hit the target, but we didn't go where I wanted to go, which was, above this. Essentially, hit that 29K already. So the next weekly high we have, if I want to mention it here, is 29, right? It's right here, as we could see. So we came, let me just remove everything because we don't talk about candlesticks. So we came all the way here to 28.5. Now the next one is 29.6, right, or around 29.6, a little bit even higher. So if we take this out, then there's this area which we will probably take out by crawling all the way up, and then this is going to be the story if we come, above this line. So right now we could just make a big head and shoulder, something like this. I know, just bear with me here, something like this, and just get shut down. If you come above the head or even above the left shoulder, that could be problematic, and we could essentially see a bigger move to the upside, like 34K or 32K. I have to see what happened there. Now I want to talk about the new chart that I had, and this chart is this one. So right now, what this chart tells us, and let me just put it on the 1 hour. Let me get back the beautiful trend lines and everything. So not much trend lines, more about liquidity and Zoom. Okay, so I've marked the buy side liquidity for myself, and I've marked the sell side liquidity and the volume imbalance. So the idea is right here is the price every time we move up and we make some kind of a buy side liquidity. Now, why would I call this a buy side and wouldn't call this a buy side? That's another story. But essentially, whenever we make these buy side liquidity, the price tend to come back down and retest it. Okay, as you guys could see right now, it's coming back after this move got rejected right here, which was actually predictable. So it got down, and right now it's retesting this area. So there's this uh, thesis about this area that if we hold above support, or we hold above the line, above this line, we don't enter the top side of this, what do you call it, rectangle, and this is the bottom side, right? And this is the midline. So we hold the top side of this rectangle, that's bullish. If we just touch the line, the top line of this rectangle, that's very bullish. Okay, and if we touch the midline, that's still bullish, but essentially you are leaning into 50-50, okay? Or like an equilibrium or in this indecision in this case, all right? Now, if we come around this area, which is the bottom side of this big rectangle, all right? So the bottom side, and that is bearish. Now, as you continue inside of it, then it gets more. If you hit to the bottom of it, then we could say that we could just probably come back to this buy side liquidity, obviously. All right, so that means if you lose this level, you could come to the next level, or you could find support around here. That usually is not the case, and we continue to the lower side, if that makes sense to you now. And the same in here, if I want to just see it. So right now, right here, we came into it. We even, wicked below it, and these wicks actually count. But then the next one holded it, and then we pushed it back up. So, sometimes you could even get debated around here, as with every TA you use, or even price action methodologies, whatever you use in, they're not always 100% accurate. Keep that in mind. You could get debated, or you could just get, you could be wrong. So nonetheless, guys, right now, as I said, we right now need to first of all take this sell side liquidity, which happens right around here. As you guys could see, we tried to come and retest it, but then it failed. It hold it right there with a wick, and then it continues the cascade of sell. So the sell side liquidity was built around here. First target, take this out. And right now there's no target. I mean, obviously the mid if you're planning on using smart money concept or whatever, in the smart money concept, it says the mid of this momentum, big momentum candles are important. So if we take our parallel uh, tool and just draw a big tool, we could see the mid of the momentum candle is where essentially we are consolidating right now. But nonetheless, if we just take, let me just do it again. If we just take a look at the body, okay, we ignore the wick. Now it makes more sense, right? So we essentially get the mid of the candle and we do something like this, something like this. So we say if you go above this, and it has to be a very slim range, okay? If you go above this, then you're probably gonna go here, or you could get, uh, essentially denied, rejected here, and continue down. Now we'll see how this happens. But without this in mind, the first thing we have to do is take this sell side liquidity, and after that, there's this volume imbalance. Now, this volume imbalance, what do I mean by that? I mean like where there are a lot of shorters, and the buy side tries to take it out multiple times, but it fails, as you guys could see in here. All right, even 2 times counts, 3 times even better, and right there, then we just failed, and this is where it gets choppy, right? The buy side wants to recover, but the sell side is too much. So essentially, when these parabolic moves happen is when one side is stronger than the other. If both buyers and sellers are, essentially everybody is buying and at the same time everybody is selling, the price wouldn't move at all, right? Because there's too much liquidity. What happened is right here, the buy side, where there was not much liquidity at the buy side, that's why the sell side could have just pushed back down. And this, what happens is making volume imbalance. So, and then again, here we tried to come back to it and fix this, but we couldn't because there's a lot of, again, sell positions here. All right. And probably right now, by these 3 wicks, we could save some stop losses too. But when this volume imbalance gets filled by the buy side, then there's this sell liquidity that we have to take. Now, why would we call this a sell liquidity, not this one? Essentially, it's the same. This is because it's the way top, it's the Tico top, right? Does that make sense? So the top of this is where essentially around here, a lot of people start to short, 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 and until the next 1 hour candle. So a lot of people start to short here, and then they put their stop loss either, if you go into the lower time frame, let's actually jump into a 5 minutes. So if you take a look at the 5 minutes right here, so a lot of people could, like, short, 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 and until we get to the next hour, which is around here, then it dumped, right? So, and then people would put their stop loss around, all the way around this big candle, or even most of them will put it above this wick. And that's why we say this is both a sell side liquidity and stop loss hunts. If Bitcoin successfully go there, let me just, all right, here it is. All right, so if it goes there, now this is not any methodology, this is just my own. So I read about a lot of a lot of technical indicators, I did a lots of technical analysis by different methodology, and to be honest, guys, I mixed them all and I came up with this. All right, this might sound like a little bit of smart money concept, and well, because that thing made a lot of sense to me, so I use a lot of things about that, but mostly I don't use that fair value gap stuff like that. Anyway, so enough said about that, but this is what I think. So essentially, if we go take this out, I'm pretty sure we're gonna retest this, okay? But with taking this out means at least like a 1 hour body, all right? Because this is on 1 hour, so I mean a 1 hour body of a candle, okay, not a wick. If it's a wick in here, then we just got denied. And say hello to probably taking this out and retesting this. All right. So with that being said, and if we take this out, then I'm pretty sure we will try and retest this. And when I say pretty sure, that doesn't mean 100%. Again, it depends on the volume and the price action that happens in here. For example, right now you guys could see we hold it above it, right? Now this could essentially start to come down, crawling down, all right, and then hold it at the mid level, or even fill it all, but very in a slow pace of move. I wouldn't give up on this buy side liquidity. But if we, suddenly start to, come down like this, and then wick above here, and then come back down with like 3 5 minutes candle, then I would, think about it. I would like, maybe this side is taken. So like I said, the momentum of the price action is very important when you are talking about these kind of stuff. So this is just one that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use this methodology, which is my own, and build up to it. I get a notepad and everything. I just keep writing stuff down. Anyway, moving on from there, so you guys know. And I think we still gonna go how we still have a chance until we break that 26.9. Right now, as you can see, Dixie is even dumping, and I recorded another video. I said we're probably gonna come here, bounce a little bit probably because this is an important area, as you guys can see. Let me just get this line all the way here, bounce a little bit, and then come back down to this area, which was my previous target. It still remains the target, 104 to 32. So let's see what happened here if we bounce back from it and try to make a new high, or we just bounce back from this and try to make a squeeze or something like that. Obviously SPX yesterday, first of all, I gotta remove all of this. Hold on. So this is the descending wedge that I've talked about it. It looks like it's playing out very good, and I gotta tell right now with today's this unemployment rate coming out and the non-farming stuff. I see we could break out to the upside because we are breaking out this descending wedge. And yesterday, as we could see, starts from here, if I'm right. Yeah, from this candle, from this red candle. So we had two red candles. We came all the way around here. And this is a buy side liquidity, by the way. If I just use my thing, this is a buy side liquidity, as we could see right here. All right. And what happened is we came into it. And again, we holded it, and then we pushed it back up. As you guys could see, lower high, I'm sorry, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low, and these are all 1 hour candles. And finally we came back to the top. We holded it there with a with a bullish retest. So what could happen, essentially, we could retest this trend line and then continue up, or we could just from here start to go up. As I'm talking about that, you could see that ES1 is essentially breaking out of this descending wedge. And what happened here, it came back up. This is, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know what this is, but I'm just going to mark it a beautiful inverse head and shoulder. What a beautiful inverse head and shoulder. So I think we definitely could see some, more upside today. And NQ1 doing the same. NQ1 made a, inverse head and shoulder. It's like they're copying each other right here. I mean, I know the neckline doesn't really look good, but, you could put it there, or you could just say it's just, checking this liquidity, this buy side liquidity right here. Okay, there we go. This is the buy side liquidity. This is the 1 hour. So right now it found its support again, and this one did not actually touch the midline of it. So it looks a little bit more bullish. And if I just want to make sure that I have it right, maybe, because maybe we did touch it, because this has to be, yeah, we did not touch it still. And right now we are going higher. You could say it's an inverse head and shoulder, or you could say this is a beautiful V-shape recovery. Both will work, and right now we are still going higher. Like I said, today we could just see a surge into the price, and with that, Bitcoin finally breaks out of this and goes to where we want, which is essentially 29K or somewhere around there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. And I'll thank you guys for all the support you do, and especially the donation of your time into my videos. Remember, I'm not always 100% accurate. I was nailing it, but until yesterday, which was completely wrong. Thank you guys for watching again. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time. Ciao.